Well, we didn't get a white Christmas, but it's coming down now. I think it was supposed to snow. I figured I'd pull in here and take a couple pictures. Got the Ford out today, the enclosed. It's crazy how dirty the trailer looks compared to how clean the Ford always is. But we're running a little enclosed this week. Actually, right now I'm moving furniture for myself, so but I figured I'd stop and take a couple pictures and whatnot with the snow and see what today turns into with this weather. That looks like a beautiful morning. Oh, good morning, guys. It's a couple days after Christmas here. Taking a few days off, getting some maintenance done, kind of just prepping everything for the new year. The Mega Cab's got a wheel seal that's leaking. I've already done one side, so we're going to go ahead and do the other side today. So I'll show you some of that if you guys are interested. Pretty much stuff you can do on your own and save yourself a bunch of money. I think I've got the seal. I'm going to change the rear diff fluid. I got about $100 or something into it. And then just some time here today myself getting it done. Let's see, updates. Geico finally sent me a check for my truck from the lady who hit my truck, if you guys remember. Needs a headlight, a fender, it's got marks through the doors. $2,600 check coming. So we'll see when that shows up, and then we'll get this thing fixed. We're gonna order a set of headlights for it. I don't know if we'll go with black housings. I'm not obviously not tinted, but like black insides, or we'll keep everything because it's got a chrome grille in it. I'm not sure. I'm keeping this truck. I decided it's not going anywhere. I'm gonna put my mirrors I have on it, and I was thinking about, I got black mirrors for the truck, tow mirrors, because it's got the sport mirrors on it. I was thinking about having them color matched when the guy's painting the fender and fixing the doors. So I might do that before I put them on, because they're just sitting in the box at home. This old girl hasn't run in about 2 weeks. We haven't even needed that, which has been nice. Leaving it hooked to the wedge where we can just hop in and go has been pretty nice. Did get a call, it must have been yesterday, about some cars for a customer of mine. Well, he's now a customer of mine, I guess. He used me for, I don't know if you guys remember, like 15 vehicles or something not too long ago. I was running back and forth from PA to Virginia. He used me for that, and called me the other day, said he had a bunch more to get. Said he'd send them through on Central Dispatch, but I haven't seen him yet, so that's why I'm okay with tearing the Mega Cab apart, because we'll have the single cab and the wedge to run that. So let's pull this truck around on the driveway. And it's a little chilly out. It's not too bad, but pull it around here on the driveway and we'll get started on it. We're also going to do, obviously, we're going to change the gear oil in the rear diff, and we're going to do an oil change on this truck while we're working on it. Well, this old girl hasn't been started in 2 weeks. See how she starts. Like a charm. Alrighty, well, today we're gonna unhook the wedge, hook up to the gator there. I got some brown bale netting on it. Back on using a GoPro for a little bit. We'll see how this works. We got another GoPro. Let's see, where single cab needs cleaned out, it's got a whole bunch of trash in it. It needs coolant and DEF. We're sitting at 155,000 miles. Let's get those fluids topped off and get on the road. Well, I'm here at Homestead 1. And let's just say I had quite the scare yesterday. I'm not going to really go into details of it because it was kind of traumatizing, to be honest. It was all because I didn't have jack stands. and I tried to rush around, and thankfully I only came out with a broken finger. Pretty scary situation. But never crawl under a vehicle if it doesn't have jack stands under it. Jacks can fail, jacks can fall, and that's all I gotta say. So just got a broken finger, but other than that, we're okay, thankfully. Working on stuff like that also, don't do it alone. Make sure somebody's around in case something does happen, and can help you if there's a situation. So we're grabbing jack stands, grabbing our jack. Oh yeah, main reason, I'm not gonna tell you all my woes. Main reason we're here, we had these for probably 6 months, probably almost a year now. We've got full fenders, so got all the hardware laid out here. He's been sitting out in the sun, but we're gonna put some of that plastic restorer on them. But I want to get those on the single cab before winter gets here, and just try to keep stuff from throwing up on the trailer, especially if we're going to be hauling those truck beds. Try to keep them as clean as possible, just out of respect for my customer. So we're going to throw all that in the truck, and then we've got a load to pick up. It's very small, 2-stopper, 16-foot maybe, like 1,300 pounds, going up towards Albany, New York. And it's kind of a rush thing. I didn't plan on really working. Plan on just having a maintenance week, and so we already did some. All we got to do is grease this. Already got underneath and checked everything. The equalizers on these are known to go bad, and everybody said, oh, check your suspension when I had that funny tire wear, but everything looks good. That tire had 60,000 plus miles, 60,000 or more miles on it, so for it to be wearing funny, I really wasn't concerned about it. So let me load this stuff up in the truck, and we'll go pick up our load.
Baby, no wonder this thing smells like it's burning. There's fucking oil everywhere.
Well, in only about 10 minutes time, 2 jack stands, jack, safety first. The job that tried to kill me yesterday, I've only been at it for about 15 minutes, and I got the new seal in. I don't really see anything on the old one, but got the new seal in. I'm gonna flip it over, put the bearing back in. Counted the preload on the axle nut, and I sprayed everything down with brake clean. That's been getting, you can see up in the fender well, it's been leaking. So new side's got the other side's got a new one on, and everything looks good. We're gonna put some, they had RTV on this. I don't know how much that's needed, but I mean, as much as they had it, it was hard to get it. Had to twist it a bunch to get it to come loose, but get everything cleaned up and put back on. You ever get halfway through a project and realize that you forgot something? Well, thank God the parts store's right down the road. I'm still filthy. I forgot I didn't have RTV on me. Working in the driveway. At my garage, I have RTV, but I need to put some RTV on the on the end of the axle before I tighten it, and then we're done. We're just gonna put everything back together, and hopefully it's 4 o'clock now. We've got about probably half hour, 45 minutes of sunlight left. We'll be able to get it done, and then probably leave it the way it is. I know I don't have my seatbelt on. I'm on not a highway, not a public road. We'll say that. We got to do the rear pinion seal. They didn't have one. It's just barely leaking. Just getting the pumpkin just like damp enough to where it's collecting dirt and you can see it. So we'll probably, when we do that, we'll probably do the rear. We're gonna obviously replace the gear oil in the rear diff. We're gonna do the transfer case. We're gonna do the trans, and we're gonna do the front differential all in just one swing and get everything done. Truck's also due for an oil change, so everything came apart pretty easy on that after that truck tried to kill me yesterday. Everything came apart easy, thankfully, and was able to get everything apart in less than 30 minutes. All right, well, tell me you're having a day without telling me you're having a day. So I've got 37 miles till empty on DEF. I've got 81 miles to empty on fuel. I forgot my wallet. Good news is I'm headed home, and I've got about 27 miles to go, so hopefully we'll make it. I don't know, I've never really done that before, walked out of, I have, but it's usually when I'm in like sweatpants or something, like going down to the general store or something to get something quick. Never when I'm going out to work, because I always say phone, wallet, keys before I walk out of the house. Sometimes it turns into phone, wallet, keys, GoPro, or phone, wallet, keys, camera, but never have I just walked out with no wallet. We're on the way home. We'll hopefully make it. The thing about this being a Ram, it will limit you to 5 miles an hour when you run it low enough on DEF, so hopefully we don't have to deal with that. Well, sun's out now, guys. Getting some fuel. We're in somewhere in New York. I wonder if the exposure's all funky on my camera or just the screen. Just these two beds. I think it's just on, keeps going in and out. Anyways, just these two small beds, 2 stops up towards Albany, New York. Well, good thing we didn't wash the truck before we came up here. Welcome to New York. This is Queensbury, New York. Just got us some snacks. We're actually headed home. Can't find any place that has any food that I can even get into around here. So looks like it's beef jerky and chips, and still got my water pump hanging on there. Down the road we go. You know, last time I was up here, I had some trouble with old Johnny Law. Ended up costing me about $1,000 between fines, impound, and tow. But I talked to a lawyer about it, and they said you're gonna spend more money just hiring an attorney to go fight those. And insurance company said it wasn't a big deal anyways for what they got me for, which, like, they got me for like window tint and kinds of stuff like that when I wasn't even working for hire. But because the trailer belonged to a transportation company, they said I couldn't prove that I wasn't working for hire, which seemed like a big lie. Just the way the guy came off. As soon as he came up to the truck, I knew it was going to be trouble, and I was nice as could be. And then I started asking questions, and he was getting mad at me for asking questions, but that's neither here nor there anymore. It's all said and done with. The reason I brought that up, this is the one on ramp right up the road here is where he pulled me in at. So when I went by this morning, somebody was sitting in that same exact spot that had 2 trucks pulled over. So see if he's there when we go back by. People not paying attention to where they're going. Cars parked in the truck spots. Whew. I don't see how people do this hustle and bustle every day of their life. Like, are they like that at home too? Or is it just when they're out in public? Guess we'll never know. Anyways. Hop in the, makes you wonder sometimes how many of these trucks are parked for days and weeks at a time in a spot like this, being this close to the city. Everybody wants to drive a truck till you gotta have a place to park a truck. And I'm that guy. Oh well, at least I'm a paying customer, I guess.